Behold the Acura TLX Type S. What is its deal?
In short, the Type S is a TLX with more power, racier handling, and track-ready Brembo brakes.
That is a very lazy encapsulation, but Acura went to all the effort of renting a racetrack and bringing me here, so let's dig deeper.
Item 1, the engine. The base TLX's turbocharged 2-liter engine has been replaced with a V6, boosted by a single twin-scroll turbocharger. The V6's output is shuttled through a sport-tuned 10-speed automatic transmission to Acura's super handling all-wheel drive system. Quick recap, the super part of that name refers to how the system can send up to 70% of the engine's power rearward and up to 100% of that power to either the left or right rear tire.
The ability to direct power to the outside rear tire helps the TLX Type S turn with gusto.
As for the chassis, it has been stiffened. Check out this cool brace behind the rear seats. Attached to the chassis is a suspension with standard adaptive dampers. The wheels are 20 inches and the tires are 255/35 Pirelli all seasons, but you can also choose Pirelli P0 summer tires mounted to NSX-inspired wheels that drop nearly 6 pounds per corner. And if you'd like to spot the Type S in a crowd, just look for its dark trim, quad exhaust outlets, lower front lip spoiler, and this pentagonal grille that's been reworked for better airflow. Or perhaps these Type S badges might tip you off. Inside, you'll find more Type S insignia and ultra-suede 16-way seats with adjustable side bolsters. To get a sense of the Type S, let's start on the streets where most folks will drive them.
I really like how the standard TLX steers. It's fairly slow on center, but the further off center you turn it, the quicker it steers. The Type S has the exact same dynamic, except quicker throughout. It's very fun to turn. Whee! Even though this is a fairly bumpy road and the Type S has stiffer front springs, if you flip the dynamic mode over to comfort, the adaptive dampers absorb all this madness really well. Ooh, big bump, let's see what happens. Yeah, I can deal with that. As for power, let's see what she's got. Whoa. Yeah, punchy. One thing I like about the Type S's character is that it doesn't shy away from its turbocharged nature. As you ease into it, you get an initial hit, and then as the boost comes on, you get this sort of swelling quality. It's like power and then more power. When cruising in normal and comfort mode, I have noticed a slight reluctance to downshift as you ease into the accelerator, but there is a solution for that. Let's see what sport mode has to offer. Ah, there we go. Looks like the TLX is ready to play. There's a lot to like about driving the Type S on the streets, but Acura deems this thing track-worthy. I should probably verify that fact.
While saddling up for our lapping session, I'll mention that the Type S adds a 5th drive mode to the TLX's roster. Sport Plus mode quickens upshifts, tweaks throttle response, opens the active exhaust valves for all phases of flight, and optimizes the super handling all-wheel drive system. To activate Sport Plus, just hold the dynamic mode knob to the right for 1 second while in sport mode. Oh, and while there isn't a true launch control feature, with Sport Plus active, you can mash the brake pedal, floor the accelerator, and the Type S will hold the revs at around 2,000 RPM for an eager standing start. Alright, on to the closed course shenanigans.
Sport Plus mode is engaged. Let's take a lap of Laguna Seca and see what's what. So very fast corner here. Coming up to turn 2. Oh, the brakes, they feel really cool. There's very little travel. Of all the parts to steal from the NSX, the brake pedal feel is a really good one. Everybody gets excited about power, but to me, having confident brakes that feel great are a really key part to feeling comfortable on track. Also, as I turn in here, that steering ratio, it's definitely quicker. It gives you that sense of immediacy when you come into the corner, but it's not too quick. You know what's interesting too is I haven't touched a paddle shifter yet. Sport Plus mode is doing a great job keeping me in the correct gear. Coming up to brake, and let's hear, oh yeah, little downshift. It's always in the right gear. Yeah. You guys, I'm having fun. Oh, and as you get on the power, you can really feel, as the torque goes to that outside rear tire, that it really does help the car rotate, as advertised. Yeah, even though this is a front drive platform, you do get a lot of that rear drive feel thanks to the super handling all-wheel drive system. Little trail brake in, and then we can really get on it coming out of the corner here, and yes! You can get on the gas much sooner than you might expect. Good job, Shod. By the way, if you want to shift the transmission for yourself, the reactions are much quicker than the standard TLX. That's nice. I don't know what percentage of Type S buyers are actually going to come to the racetrack, but if you wanted to, you definitely could and have a darn fine time doing it. By the way, I've spun a Miata in that corner once before, but not this time. You're welcome, Acura.
Adding to the good track vibes is a steering wheel that approaches ergonomic perfection when held at the 9 and 3 position. I'll add that the seats held me in place well, and their standard ventilation kept me comfortably cool while lapping. On a critical note, the V6 sounds fine, but Acura really could have injected more audible emotion. For reference, check out the crackly, bombastic sounds of the Hyundai Veloster N. Before wrapping up, here's some potentially relevant data. Here's some fuel economy numbers for those who care, and here's the price. Yes, that's a healthy jump versus the standard TLX, but the Type S does come loaded, and you know, sometimes fun costs money. Remember that one time in Vegas? Yeah, you do. Keep in mind, there are also pricier performance sedans out there. For instance, a base BMW M340i xDrive has a 27 horsepower advantage versus the Type S, but it costs a lot more. Meanwhile, the Audi S4 starts under $50,000, but it's down 6 horsepower, and it lacks the Type S's rich equipment list. Compare similarly equipped models, and the TLX Type S is a compelling value. That said, the Type S alternative that I'm really interested in is the upcoming 2022 Genesis G70. Ooh, this bad boy with a twin-turbo V6, rear-wheel drive, and a limited slip differential. Brrr. Lastly, if you want speedy style minus Type S speed, consider the A-Spec package, which imbues the TLX with racy looks inside and out for about $44,000, not including destination charges. Like the standard TLX, the TLX Type S is a little bit understated, and depending on your taste, that's either a plus or a minus. Personally, I dig it. And I dig Acura's holistic approach to performance. Every aspect of the Type S has been thoughtfully considered.
Applied to the open road or a closed course, the Acura TLX Type S is quick, composed, and most importantly fun. And man, we are all overdue for a little bit more fun.
This is the Acura TLX Type S. What's its deal?